Hey guys, so today was Monday and we had a really great time talking about the color of water. So some of our classes, we did not get to really do the visual annotations, and so we are going to do them tomorrow, but I do want to give you a head start to dive into the text and look at it one more time, just so that you're ready and prepared for tomorrow with our homework. So I can't pull up the text and do the visuals and everything like I would like. So have your text out, but I'm just going to talk through the story like we did in class with our visuals. So paragraph 1, Ruth starts the story off by describing Peter. She says that Peter is tall, dark, and handsome, that he's really attractive, and he comes to the store all the time to buy goods and all that nice stuff. So Peter's in the store all the time, and he's buying goods and things like that. Now, we found out that Ruth works at the store, okay? Ruth is there. Can we see these? Let's get up here. All right. So Ruth works at the store where she meets Peter. Now, Peter walks up to her all the time. He makes her laugh. He makes her happy. He just makes her day. And she really likes Peter. Now, we found out that Ruth's parents is called Tate and Mama. That's Mame. Well, that's what she calls them. They would not accept this relationship. And we looked and dived into that a lot today. They would not accept that relationship. They would actually kill Peter and possibly hurt her as well. So Peter is very strategic. He waits until she's outside. Waits until she is outside pumping kerosene to invite her for a walk outside. And of course, she says yes, right? Now, we know if they find out about her relationship with Peter, it's over. They could kill Peter. Her parents would totally kill Peter. All right, so we find out about Peter. He's fine. He looks really good. He's at the store where he meets Ruth. He's flirting with her. They're developing a relationship. Because we know he cannot have a relationship with her, he hollers at her outside and he's like, hey, let's go for a walk. She says yes. Now, Ruth and Peter know that if anything happens, Peter is going to get the X. He is going to be harmed for their relationship. And we already established that neither one of them care. So in that first paragraph block, we have the I. The author describes what Peter looks like. We have actions, because we find out what Ruth does at her job. She's very busy. I did have a student give me dialogue because Peter talks to Ruth. They have conversations. I would even have the shock face, the shock stick figure. Why? Because there's fear, because of the death that could happen to both of them. And there's also love. Even though there's a threat for their lives, neither one of them cares. They're in love. So next to your first paragraph, you should have imagery, actions, dialogue, and emotions, which are fear and love. All right, let's move on to paragraph 2. All right, paragraph 2. So now Ruth is telling us about Suffolk, Virginia. We are in Suffolk, Virginia. And remember, I told you guys our story takes place in 1930, okay? So during this time, it is not okay for interracial dating, blacks and whites mixing and being a thing. It can't happen. So we discover that mixing race is not what's happening in this town. Now, they won't come out and say it, which is what Ruth says, they're secrets. But she knows what the threat of it is, okay? So we know that it is not okay for this type of dating in this town. She tells us about the people. Why? It's important to know that people in their town do not support their relationship. This is why Peter had to go and talk to her outside. This is why they're sneaking around, okay? So she tells us about a boy that falls in love with a girl and he's killed for it. And I told you guys that this incident actually had to do with Emmett Till. And I'm spelling his name wrong. Put some respect on his name. Emmett Till died in 1955 for whistling. Let's bring you up here. For whistling at a white woman. This is actually a picture of what he looked like when he died, because he had a cotton gin or a fan tied around his neck and was left at the bottom of the river for a long period of time. It took them forever to find his body. So she's telling us about all of this. Why? It gives us perspective. It helps us understand how dangerous it was for them to be together. So we have in paragraph 2, let me pull up my text. In paragraph 2, we find out how dangerous it is for them to be together. And the fact is, they really do not care. So I'm going to put an I. She's giving us information to understand the time, which is 1930, to understand the people, and to understand their relationship. Why does it matter that she's white? Why does it matter that he's black? Why does it matter that Ruth is telling this story? We're getting her perspective, okay? So paragraph 2 mostly focuses on information. Now, she does state a couple times that she really loved him to death. So I could even add another shocked face. And that emotion is love, okay? And it could still be fear, because all of this information that she's telling us is really, really scary. So if you flip your paper over, now she goes in and starts telling us about their rendezvous, about their hookups. Paragraph 3. So even though she tells us that this relationship is dangerous, it doesn't stop anything. They are still hanging in tight. They're still tight. Nothing changes. They're still together. Now, he's slipping her notes in private. Why is he's slipping her notes in private? Why can't she read them out in public? Because it's dangerous. So these are all actions. Them meeting together in private, actions. Him writing her love notes. Her reading the love notes. Actions. These are all actions that show their relationship is dangerous. Okay? Now, he would come and pick her up. And she would hide out in the car. Okay? Again, actions. Now, what's cool, this text is very similar to Stargirl, because the author gives us information in Stargirl and then backs it up with proof. So, Ruth, you say it's dangerous, you got to back it up. Well, it's dangerous because I can't read his love notes. We can't go out together in public. And when it comes to Friends, we're in paragraph 4. Let's slide over a little bit. In paragraph 4, when it comes to his friends, do they accept that relationship? Of course not. They know that it's dangerous. So when she meets with his friends, they don't accept it. And they're terrified. They are, well, I say don't accept loosely. They're terrified of their relationship, but they're still together. So this last paragraph, I'm going to use emotion. Because there's still fear. Fear from friends. Let's pick this up. Fear from friends, and there is still love. She feels something really special when she's with Peter. And it's so much so that she's willing to risk everything to be with this man, even though he could die. So this is where we finished off today. You guys have your homework. I just wanted to recap for you everything that we did today. So if you didn't get a chance to do your visual annotations, here you go. So again, paragraph 1, imagery, actions, dialogue, and emotions. Paragraph 2, emotions and information. She's giving us and cluing us in to the time period. Paragraph 3, action, action, action. And paragraph 4, emotions. I could even add actions because he is taking her around his friends. Okay? Now, if you have something different, I'm pretty sure you have a reason as to why you added that. Maybe you wanted to put information somewhere else. Maybe you wanted to put imagery somewhere else, and that's totally okay. But this is what we had so far today in our conversations with our pictures. So definitely use this as a guide to help you understand the text that we read tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.